Hey, what's up, guys? This is Chris, or Hustle, or whatever y'all call me, Cantabus. And today, I'm not actually going to be showing these puzzles off, so don't worry, it's not a spoiler. I actually am going to be discussing Maurice Vigouroux and his work, and why that's important is because I have a new puzzle to show you guys. But first, let's talk a little bit. Who is Maurice Vigouroux? He is a French puzzle builder that is an older gentleman. He's been doing this quite a while. And you may see his products pop up on Puzzle Paradise now and then. And you'll hear people talk about how good his precision is, his fitment. He's also the one that did the run of the Daedalus cubes for Gregory Benedetti in 2012 for the IPP run that they did. Now, they did about 15 to 16 of those Daedaluses at that time. Two of them were for Maurice. He kept them. He made them for himself. And then the other 12 to 13 were sold. One was put in the IPP. That was a marble wood. And amongst the marble wood, I believe there was some like Bacote. I think, well, no, not a Bacote, but like a Bubinga. It was very plain. He had some rosewood, and I believe he had some pine. But he made two for himself. One in Bois de Rose, which I could probably pull up a picture of, and one in Zeracote, which is like an ebony. And what I have right here is that Zeracote copy. But I wanted to kind of show the differences between someone like Maurice, who does everything by hand, and someone like Jerry McFarland, who's also known for precision fitment and a unique look and style to how he builds, and he uses a CNC. So what he'll do is he'll run his pieces through a computer to the fine precisions that he set up, and then he will sand them and fit them, by hand. And then when he puts the entire puzzle together that he makes, he actually sands it as a whole. That way, when you have these interlocking pieces across here, it's easy to tell if you have it together right, because it'll be all even and level, because it was sanded together. And that's how you'll know if you have like a piece swapped out. Plus, he numbers pieces. Now, with something in the line of Vigouroux here, like the Daedalus, this one is cut from a single block or cube of Zeracote. So if you look at each side, if I can figure out how to make it look right, there we go. It is grain matched on each side, not just one face. There we go. And so to do that, you have to take a block of Zeracote and then cut it into these cubes precisely, so that the gaps between these here is the wood removed, so that the grain matching works perfectly. And then some of these aren't separated, as people know about the Daedalus. They're solid pieces with cubes connected. So for now, if you've had a CD Daedalus, you know how hard it was for them to they had to do two versions. They had issues with them tightening up, especially along the U joint that is a part of the Daedalus. I'm not going to show where that is or anything. People know what I'm talking about. And they would get humidity issues. This one I've had in a super dry environment, and it only moves when you want it to. It doesn't fall out like those did. You have to pop it. And then what's the other move here? I'm not going to go into the whole solve. But so you get that, push this, you can do this piece, and you see that everything, if my camera can keep up, fits in a very specific way. And when it's done, and I move too fast here, it's all leveled up. So that is precision done by hand, which, depending on how you look at things, that might make something more valuable to you. So you have something like a McFarland here, we expect the precision. You know, hear that? So, but there's a difference between using a CNC to cut things up and then fine tuning by hand and doing the entire thing by hand from start. So why am I talking about all of this? Well, because I was taught by my buddy Matthew a year ago or so how to design in burr tools. And because of that, I wanted to make a burr. I've always had a love-hate relationship with burrs. You know, I like the funky ones, like the McFarlands. I don't do the big move ones. I have had fun with some Junos. So I wanted to make a burr, just one. I didn't want to go wild into burr making. So I wanted something that was the type of burr I wanted, like a grooved board burr, which I thought was the most interesting. And then I also wanted it to have a lot of moves, like more moves than the general Juno, groove board burr would have. But the main focus was keeping it fun. Fun, unique moves, that kind of thing. So I came up with a thought process where I wanted to make a burr that looked like a machine in space, right? So it's like pistons moving and, you know, cycling over each other, and it's in space, so there's no gravity. But I wanted it to remain stable while it did it, and I wanted it to have a unique feature, which it does have. In this box, I have a selection, I believe, of 6 of them in here, made by Maurice Vigouroux, including 3 copies in exotic woods. And then I believe there should be 2 other burrs in here because he liked my design so much. He's the type of guy that's only going to make something he likes. He liked the design so much that he took it to Stefan Chomine, who then took on the challenge of trying to maintain the fun and seeing how far we could push the craziness of like the unique burr shapes, putting notches on the end of burr pieces, weird stuff like that that you'll see here. And then hopefully they just fit great. And then as an added bonus, I got Maurice to make me a few copies of my design with the Bois de Rose that he made his own private Daedalus with, and the Zera coat that he made the Daedalus I have with. He's been holding on to this wood for a long time. So then we also have some regular, you know, like less exotic wood versions of the higher numbers. And what's CSGO? It's called CSGO. CSGO actually stands for Carl Sagan's Galactic Orgy, or object, however your whatever feels. But why did I choose Orgy? Well, one, it's like pistons pumping in space, but also because so many people were involved in it. I was taught how to use burr tools by Matthew Hochberg, the guy that helped me with 2 Lit. Then I went off on my own. I then took the design to Alphonse Eyckman, to see if he could do anything with it, and he couldn't. He didn't make anything from it. He didn't revise it, but he then took my idea and made another burr that gave me some ideas. So I incorporated that into redesign. And then I took that design to Derek Bosch to see if he could use his Burr computer to complicate it more. And he said there was no way without losing the plot. And he asked to make one in wood. I showed it to Jerry because I have ideas about adding some elements to it later that might be magnetic. And then I showed it to Vigouroux. And then Vigouroux showed it to Chomine. So it's an orgy because of all the designers involved in it. So let's go ahead and open the box and not wasting more time. I have a piece of paper over the top because I'm not trying to dox anybody here, but I'm not really quite sure. I can never get a box from Europe that is a normal 2-flap box. I don't understand it. So let me pull this down and get it open somehow. I think this is another one of those shoebox types of boxes. I don't get it. I don't know what y'all are doing over there, but it makes it really hard to open packages. This happens with packages from Hungary as well, and from some European countries, but not necessarily England, even though I've gotten UK packages that were in the shoebox type of method here. And they always tape it up. Oh, man. Okay. I guess it's better than risking it, because this is a lot of money and puzzles for him to just ship me like this. I have to sell them. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay, there we go. We are in there. Now let's see what we got. It's a little too high up for me to be able to actually see in. Oh, they're. He tried to write it in English. Nice. Okay. Let's pull these out. They seem to be okay. He's got prices on them. Okay. And those are mine. 100. Okay. So I have 6 normal CSGOs, 2 luxury CSGOs, and then I have 3 specifically for me, and 2 of them are the other Chomines that I have to sign off on before he's going to make them. He wants to make sure I'm happy with them. So we're going to check them all out. They also, one thing I should note, have the aluminum rods in them that his Daedaluses have. The big fat aluminum rods. So that's going to add a little sex appeal. Let me see here. I got to check a few messages here. Okay. Thank you, John. All right. Back to this. Okay. Now let's see. Do we want to see mine or do we want to see a normal one first? Let's look at the normal ones. It looks like I have a one that came unglued. I can fix that. Okay. Looking good. Also notice on that one, I thought I saw a magnet, and that's weird. I don't know about any magnets. Okay. My cat is going to hornball in on the bubble wrap here, so I need to knock the camera out of the way. That's what I needed to do. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry about that. I see you there, Doc. Well, he jumped in and left immediately. Wonderful. I'm glad to have put on a good show for you. So this says CSGO 59. It has my name on it. Why is that? Oh, it's just reversed. Okay. Fitment. These feel nice. This isn't like I'm very little. Moving too fast for it. Very little give. This is the first move, so of course it gives. Let's see these guys. Going, oh, there's an opening there. They do have some tricky shapes. But yeah, from here to here, these don't move at all. The grooves feel nice. We were worried about them not being beveled, and I see why now. It keeps everything lined up real smooth going through. Like fills the gap going through the Paduk here. I don't know why my camera is so slow. I think it's the lighting maybe. But yeah, Paduk, zebra wood, and then Venge. So this would be considered exotic by, you know, Wood Wonders or somebody. This is a level 30 So 30 moves to get the first piece out. And then that's 59 moves total to take it all apart. They sell for 120 euros. And as you can see here, let's see, they have metal rods in them. I'm seeing if I can see my trick piece, if that's visible from here. And I've already blocked the path. Oh yeah, these are super fit. Yeah, they go right into the rods go right into the grooves really well as well. They fill them up nice. And that's very smooth. That fitment's great. For a guy doing this by hand, like all this and this, the T piece here to put them together, he had to go through, like, he made 6 that he just didn't like. So he trashed those, and then he made 6 more. Funny that this one... but here's something interesting. So while this did pop off, look inside. That's a hole for a rod to go in on the end of a burr, just to give you some idea there. That needs to be re-glued, though, definitely. Now let's see here. I have the exotic versions. And I'm just spilling everything over here. And hitting my camera every time, too. Okay. That camera's got a delay. So now we have the luxury versions. These are already spoken for. 2 people have already claimed them. One of them's actually in the chat with me right now, just being mute like a nerd. Oh, wow. Oh. He should have probably charged a little more. Mystic. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So what we have on these is these pieces here are Zeracoat. Probably needing for a good wax job. Shine them up. These right here are Bois de Rose. The striped red and gold. And then these right here that I've been pivoting it on, I'll have to relook it up, but I believe it's some kind of... I thought... Wait, did this one? He's got to re-glue these. I'm going to have to send him pictures because some of these need to be touched up. It may have been just the travel. But yeah, that'll probably be the one I keep then once I fix it up. Let's see here. Yep, this one's... But I believe this is some form of rosewood here. Unless it's just ebony Zeracoat and Bois de Rose. This one looks crazy, honestly. This one right here. With that. And then this piece here, it looks different in the lights. It's kind of hard to show you guys on the camera right now. Let's see here. So we got those. And then these will be the newer ones. The ones he wants to make. I just have to sign off on them. So, Paduk, Zebra, and Venge. And then this one is CSGO, My Name and Chomine, 120 moves. So this one's a beast. He called it a monster. I believe it's 78 moves for the first piece. And then this one here, on this end, should be the intermediary one. I'm not sure about his decision to ship like them this way, because here's another one with a piece popped off. Like, what the hell, Maurice? We're definitely going to have a talk about that. So good thing I have wood glue, and none of them are broken. But yeah, this is CSGO 77. So this one has 59 moves for the first piece and then goes to 77. This one has 59 for, or 78 for the first piece. Cool. And finally, my personal copy of CSGO. Yep, that one's perfect, yeah. So I'll give this one to someone else and fix the other one. I'm not really tripping. I'll be lucky if I can even solve my own Burr. But here they are. I'm going to get these other ones tweaked out and make sure they're good. But I'll have these here. The price, I have to pay Vigouroux direct in euros, so there will be a conversion fee for me to do that. So I'm going to figure out what these are going to cost to pay him off, see what that conversion fee is, and then divide it. And then what I'll probably have everybody do is pay Samuel, friends and family, and then he'll pay me through Zelle since I don't have access to friends and family. But yeah, here they are, CSGO. We have some variations here, but really this is the crown jewel. I spent a good year just working this design to make it, the best design I could think of. And it's got some really crazy moves. Me knowing how it moves and seeing how fit this is actually kind of baffles me on how it's even going to work, because there's a lot of over and underlapping in my design. But if it didn't work, he wouldn't have been able to assemble it. So there we go. New groove board Burr, 59 moves, lots of fun, crazy moves in it. And I showed you that peak where there are unique features to this that you're not going to see in a normal groove board Burr. And that carries on through the Chomine ones as well. They get even crazier. So yeah, don't sweat it. I'm gonna stress test a lot of these. It seems that with him putting what appears to be six, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 burrs in one box like this, side by side in rows. Knocked a few of these loose, but we'll be fine on that. And I'll just send back what I can't just fix perfectly myself. Not gonna sweat it really. I want these all to be quality, so I'll make sure of that. But I still have a bunch here, obviously. And I will be probably selling the high-numbered ones that were made for me, and then just kind of cover costs and stuff, and then get feedback, too, to see how those... I'll probably do them through Burr Tools to see how I feel about them. But like I said at the very beginning, I was going to make a zoo Burr called I Hate Burrs, and it flipped you off with the zoo animal. That was like my first mini design, but my first serious Burr design was this. And it might be my last serious Burr design. I have thought about ways to make this SD as well. So maybe in the future, but that'll be a 3D print type of thing. That won't be wood. But here we go. Let's go up into this camera here. Look at that. Isn't that sexy? Bolivian rosewood, Cerakote, Bois de Rose. And then you have these guys, Paduk, Venge, Zabrano. Crazy moves, metal pins. And the ones here that made it to me good are built to last. I've been pulling on them and stuff. International shipping can be a bitch, as everyone knows. Look at that, though. 3 pins right there. This thing, I believe, has 17 pins in it. So, yeah, it's not a slouch. But it's also not meant to... There we go. I've been fighting that fucker. It's not meant to defeat you. It's meant to be fun. So... We got some Burr guys in my group here. We're going to get into a few hands and see how they rate it. Because honestly, I spent so much time on this, I might submit it this year if people like it. We'll see. But there we go. CSGO. Carl Sagan's Galactic Orgy. And the CSGC, the Chomine one, is Carl Sagan's Galactic Contraption. And why? Sorry, trying to turn off an alarm here. And why is it called that? Because the galactic object is the small part, and the contraption would be the making of something from those parts. So since the first piece on the Chomine one is the full count of the moveset of my design, it's like putting two Burrs together is what I was doing with that in my head. But there we go. Carl Sagan's Galactic Orgy, Burr. They're going to go fast. Not even going to make it to Puzzle Paradise with these. Just DM me. I already have a list in my group of people that want them all, but we'll see if they actually buy them all. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I'll have more videos coming out now. I have this set up. I'm going to get it where it's like, not off time. And spruce it up a bit, and we'll have a lot more videos because I'll be live streaming and actually doing puzzle stuff in my live streams. All right, y'all. Peace.